Yo, what is up folks, TG here, and Lost Caverns of Ixalan is out, which means I've got a new Dredge list, because we've got a really exciting tool for Dredge, and that is Souls of the Lost. 1 in a black, and there's an additional cost to cast the spell, you discard a card or sacrifice a permanent, which is actually super powerful. It then also has power equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. Which is, hey, normally these things count creatures, it counts lands, all the other stuff, your enchantments as well, which is awesome. But let's go back for a second, because obviously, okay, look, it's really going to be a really strong threat. Nice. But this cost to cast discard ability is really important. One of the things that Dredge deck struggles with is, hey, look, I drew my Prized Amalgam. Hey, look, I drew my Silver Smoke Ghoul. Normally you're having to do something that like disadvantages you to actually get these into your graveyard, or, forbid, have to actually cast them. And so Souls of the Lost is a great way to do that. We've got a bunch of other things to pitch or sacrifice as well. And so, hey, this is a really awesome threat, which kind of doubles up with Cruel Summoner Phase. We have a couple of different things that count cards in graveyards, and like pretty cheap, efficient threats as well. Only 2 mana each here, and pretty exciting to try out. So let's go through the rest of the list. We've got 12 1-mana enablers: Stitch Supplier, Otherworldly Gaze, and Secret Keeper. Gaze is probably the best one here, because you can kind of control your draw step as well as like, yeah, hey, make sure you hit your enablers and get the cards that you want in the graveyard in the graveyard. Secret Keeper is, you know, fine versus aggro decks, can also wall up, and then Stitch Supplier is solid. And again, yeah, hey, blocks versus aggro, but also, hey, 3 or 6 cards. We've got a couple of different versions of Dredge. There is one playing that plays like Cat Oven, which is really awesome with like Stitch Supplier, and it's like a great way to recover Prized Amalgam. But I thought for this, to start with, or at least start with something a bit more streamlined. And so, hey, if you're interested in that stuff, do check out the video on the channel. But hey, so 2, we've got 4 copies of Amalgam. Obviously, the best way to bring back Prized Amalgam is to mill through one of these. When it's been to the graveyard from the library, put it onto the battlefield. Awesome. We then have Founding the Third Path, which is a really important engine card for the deck. So 1 in the blue, it's a saga with Read Ahead, so you can pick which mode you put it on. The first step, you can cast an instant sorcery with mana value 1 or 2 from your hand that pays mana cost. This does include all the adventures, so hey, if you've got like an extra Secret Keeper lying around in your hand, if you've got Cruel Summoner Phase, you can can't make up here to mill 4 cards, which we'll get to in a second. In Pioneer, in fact, you can also use Breaking and Entering, which is a mill 8, which unfortunately we don't have on Arena yet, but maybe soon. We are going to get Pioneer by the end of next year. By this time next year, we'll have Pioneer tournaments on the client, which is really awesome. So hey, yeah. And then target player mills 4 cards, and then exile instant sorcery in graveyard, and you can copy and cast it. Mostly you're playing it for the first couple of modes here, getting you a bit ahead. Then we have 4 copies of Cruel Summoner Phage. So 1 in a black for a XX. Power tells you the number of cards in all graveyards, creature cards in all graveyards. It does count your opponents as well, which is important. You then also have Can't Wake Up, which is like the real incentive here, is that it's also an enabler. That is also it's an enabler that's also a threat. Cruel Summoner Phage, target player mills 4 cards, solid. And then 4 copies of Souls of the Lost on your discount outlet. That also, hey, is another big threat out of the graveyard. Then our like actual like kind of dredgy cards. We've got 4 copies of Silver Smoke Ghoul. End step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Also has the ability to sacrifice it. The main way we're triggering that is of course with Creeping Chill. 4 copies here. When you mill through it, you deal 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life. Awesome. If you draw it, you get stuck in your hand, like occasionally you get to 4 mana and cast it. It's also something like, hey, if you draw it early, you can just discard it to Souls of the Lost. Get some value out of that way. And then even then you can flash it back with Founding, which is, hey, it's reach. And then, of course, the best card in Dredge, Prized Amalgam, 1 blue black for a 3/3. If a creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, return it to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Milling through these, this in a combination with Narcomoeba, Silver Smoke Ghoul, or anything else, will lead you to victory. And it means you can get some really aggressive starts with Secret Keeper, Otherworldly Gaze, and Stitch Supplier. If you hit Prized Amalgam, Narcomoeba, if you hit Silver Smoke Ghoul, Creeping Chill, you're going to get a bunch of power onto the board and do a bunch of damage to your opponent. And it's pretty awesome. And then 2 cards here. These Jaces are actually a bit of a flex slot. So Jace is 3 mana because you're not really, if you get to play it on 4, awesome, but you're probably not going to get to do that. When you complete it, so if you play it for 3, it comes in on 3 loyalty. If you play it for 4, it does come in on 5. And we're pretty much just dropping this straight through the floor. So we're looking at that minus X ability. Target player mills 3 times X cards. It's 3 mana mill 9, a 4 mana mill 15, which is amazing. Just so many cards into your graveyard. You're definitely going to hit some gas. And then, hey, the other 2 modes, like, maybe they come up, but until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets plus -3 -0, or -2 target player mills 3 cards. Then if a graveyard has 20 more cards in it, you may draw 3 cards. Okay, reasonable. Realistically, we'd rather get the mills in, so dropping it straight to the floor is generally what you end up doing. Other cards, this could be Sovereign's Bite. the 1 in a black, 2 mana, 3 damage, gain 3 life spell, as it also triggers Silver Smoke Ghoul and gives you some extra reach combined with Family on the third path. That's a decent alternate way to go, but I thought, hey, we're gonna try Jace here and just try and mill as many cards into our graveyard as possible. We are then playing 18 lands, 4 Watery Grave, 4 Underground River, 4 Dark 6 Shores, 4 Clear Water Pathway, 1 Otawara, some nice utility, and then 1 Ipni Rivulet, which is a self-mill for, but hey, rarely comes up, and maybe sometimes it hurts you, but that's worth it. We're going to be taking this into some best of 1 Explorer ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in Dredge videos, I've got a ton across different formats. If you're interested in Historic as well, I've got some stuff there. Let's get into some ranked matches. Alright, first matchup with Dredge. We've got Prized Amalgam. The Eastern hand is rough. We've got 2 enablers. It depends what we hit. Our opponent's on the play as well. We can maybe do a bit better than this. I'm going to keep it. The reasonable chance, especially given we've got Lost Souls in our deck, so we can actually get this card out of the Prized Amalgam. The cards can become relevant later on. And I'll lead off with Secret Keeper. That's just the most cards into our graveyard. Okay, double one we're going to use is interesting. We've got quite a lot of resources now. It just depends how fast our opponent's going to be. Ledger Shredder on 2 doesn't give us much info. Should just shut off. Well, on a Suppplier first and then Secret Keeper. Okay, that's a Prized Amalgam into the graveyard with a Ghoul. Just fire off Adventure Deeper here. So we hit. They do get to Ledger Shredder loot. We don't need to concern ourselves too much. So a Creeping Chill, a Narc Amoeba. Either of those would be really, really solid. We do hit an Narc Amoeba. Awesome. That's going to bring back Prized Amalgam. Okay, we're off to the races. I'm going to stop on our upkeep, I think. Which I have to think about whether I want to flash one of these other World of Gazers back then. Okay, they've had some flying blockers and stuff. That's interesting. We've not seen a Cavern of Lost Souls. I thought these. Okay. Deal. Stops are actually pretty important when playing Dredge. There's like other World of Gazers we want to do on our upkeep, but then also sometimes we want to stop on our opponent's second main to. In this case, it doesn't matter, but sometimes you'll be playing the like Haunted Dead, where you want to discard cards, bring a creature back, then be able to trigger Prized Amalgam on the descent step. I guess you have a similar thing with like when you play like other World of Gazers on your opponent's turn, you maybe want to play blocks. They did just take the Creeping Chill. I'm gonna flash this back. I don't think it's worth. Maybe it is worth it to cast Prized Amalgam. Probably isn't. Let's do this. Let's control our draw step. This will go on the graveyard. I don't mind the land. There's no reason for us to want a land though. I think. Yeah, we're not doing anything here anyway. Let's just get more cards deeper. Draw step. Okay, drawing Foundling's pretty decent. Main phase. If it's out of the Narc, maybe just block it. They can block the Prized Amalgam for free. Okay, that's fine. Then I don't think I want to give them the loot with the Secret Keeper. I'm just gonna say go. Now we're not going to gaze on upkeep. Still kind of interesting. I'm very happy for them to try and play a beatdown game here. Because we have Creeping Chills on our deck, like eventually we're just going to hit some. That's not, like, obviously necessarily true, but quite likely. I'm going to cast this. Let's go to combat and see with everything. See what they have. Oh, there's a Hallowed Crown as well, actually. They are an Esper. Wild times. It's Founding. We're just going to use this on the mill 4 mode. We can look to flashback like Creeping Chill from our graveyard, which is actually pretty good. Okay, we miss on Jace. Yeah, Prized Amalgam is still somewhat cool. I'm fairly confident we're going to cast this otherworldly gaze anyway, so we should do it now. If they have interaction, they want to cast this, I think that's fine. As far as things go, our life total's not like, we're not about to die. Yeah, they are actually on Esper Grease Fang. Which, fair enough. At the moment, at least, I don't have a vehicle in the graveyard. I've actually seen the legendary version of the Grease Fang deck more than the Esper version recently. Was the Abzan still totally around? But the like Emery version has been pretty popular. On Arena anyway. Go for the throat in the bin. Oh, we hit nothing. Otherworldly gaze on what we do. So let's flash back a spell. We'll get a draw step. There's not anything better for us to draw than one to go the gates, I think. I think this is fine. Alright, we're on 12. There's another danger that I think that maybe if we Creeping Chill from Graveyard we just lose. Oh, do they have a way to get... I see. We do in fact just get Grease Fang. That is fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, alright, let's play some more matches. Alright, second match here. Okay. Despite the Creeping Chill, we've got Supply, Otherworldly Gaze, and Soul Lost. Really solid hand. We'll go ahead and lock this in. We've not had like a Soul Lost early yet, so that's cool. We just didn't. We saw it pretty late in the first match. This time round, I don't necessarily want to cast this onto. I'm just going to leave Citrus Supply blind. Also, depending on what we flip, they might just think we're playing. Okay, never mind. We flipped a Creeping Chill. They know we're going to be on some nonsense. That's fine. I'm going to set this up on my upkeep. I am more likely, I think. This counts. Permanence. You just discard Creeping Chill. I think the best thing for us to do is to Otherworldly Gaze here. Let's get the Silver Smoke Ghoul in the graveyard alongside a pathway. We will draw the Murthric Secret Keeper for turn, and then we'll get to play that. And next turn we can look to Soul Lost here. Cool. And we can also potentially, if we don't have something else to discard, because we can eventually cast the Creeping Chill, we might play the Secret Keeper and sacrifice that. But hey, another 4 cards in the bin. Let's see what we hit. Okay, reasonable. And this is going to be an 8/8, which is pretty cool. Currently, Blood Crypt's nothing, which implies black, red, like mid-range. Yeah, we'll see what they're actually up to. Lovely Gaze as well. This is interesting. Oh, the other thing I didn't talk about is that we can do this. Let's attack for one. So we get to Souls Lost here, and then we will sacrifice a permanent and sacrifice a Stitcher Supplier. Okay. That's just how we drew it up. I will go ahead and cast this. Some protection versus the Leon of the Veil. It's likely they have a removal spell anyway. But hey, we're building up resources. We've got stuff in our graveyard. We've got good stuff in our hand. Have a Fatal Push. It's alright. Alright. Let's see then. Oh, I was a little late here. You need both of these, so let's... Founding... We'll put it on one. We'll use the Secret Keeper from my hand. Mill 4. There's a Prized Amalgam, nothing from the graveyard yet, unfortunately. It's here. The Secret Keeper wall continues to build. Alright. All fine. We have like Prized Amalgam, we have Silver Smoke Ghoul. We've not hit any. Well, we've hit one Creeping Chill. Another land off the top also lets us cast Creeping Chill, which will bring back the Ghoul, which will bring back the Amalgam. You kind of get off to the races. I'll block this, of course. There's a small chance that they're not playing any other creatures. There's a small chance that they're playing like the Creativity black-red deck, which would be a little bit more tricky. Let's see, let's see. I'm going to make sure I've got the stop hit though. Thoughtseize the Creeping Shell. Alright, so this is going to mill 4 cards, but we get to cast it on upkeep, draw a card, and then mill 4. Let's see. We can kind of mess around with what we want to hit. Thoughtseize takes with the Creeping Shell. It looks like they're trying to clear the way for a raid over the... Oh, Beseech? What are you besieging for? Do they have a way to exile our graveyard? That'd be rough. It could just be a Shield Red. Sweet thing. Ah. Beseech for Khan for Tormod's Crypt is miserable. Oh, go... No. Okay. Well. You hope you don't play against Graveyard Hating, that's the one, but here we are. They're gonna fire it off straight away though. Because, not the greatest for us. Well, mill 4. We still can't hit a, Creeping Shell. Yeah, okay. Just a bit unfortunate when it comes to hitting our, I'm gonna scoop to this, I think. Yeah, our Prized Amalgams and non-communities aren't lining up all that nicely. Or the Creeping Chills and Silver Ghouls on the other side of that. Up and at 'em. Okay. Again, if these cards were like on top of our library, that would be so much better. We're gonna mulligan here. I want to try Souls out in Historic as well. Okay, we'll keep this. I'll bottom the Creeping Shell, and we've got Souls to put Silver Split Ghoul in our graveyard. Actually, a pretty solid hand. All in all. Yeah. Drew the Creeping Shell. Alright, alright. Hey, that's the thing with Dredge, is that you're still like at the mercy of the top of your library. And while it's true for some, oh my god. Oh, okay. We'll take some freebies. For a decent amount of magic. It's especially true with Dredge, because, hey, that's where all your power comes from. Sometimes you do just get magicked. Proxer. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm just gonna discard the Silver Smoke Ghoul. It does mean the Creeping Shell is gonna bring it back if we ever get to cast it, which is nice. Blue. It attacks. And then we will Souls Are Lost, sacrificing the Citrus Supplier. I'm gonna stop on my upkeep just for the other one of the guys. Nice. We hit Prized Amalgam as well. I actually do want to hit lands over the next couple of turns, so I might other one of the guys on upkeep, try and find a land, and then use the Cross Omniphage ability. See what kind of ants they have for Souls Are Lost as well. So the Amoebas versus Black Red will actually do quite a lot of chip damage. Let's see. It's a Tarmac Wave. That smells like a Fatal Push. There we go. Alright, let's have all the guys on upkeep. We hit no lands. I don't want the Jace. The best. I think I bomb all. I just put like, all these in the graveyard and try no land. Let's see. This is predictable, I guess. something at the Mercy. But that's okay, that's okay. How many Prized Amalgams? We still only have the one in the graveyard. We have one Prized Amalgam, one Stitches. One Ghoul. Do I play this out? I didn't seem to necessarily have the Fatal Push. I don't mind this. I think it's better than like Otherworldly Gazing here. Now I might Otherworldly Gaze, I might have to keep everything else to do. The Summon Phase just requires an answer, which is nice. So if we don't have another Fatal Push, then hey. They are slowly dying. But yeah, this progresses our game set a little bit more than the Otherworldly Gaze does. Harvester. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this. We do hit a land. We hit 2 lands and we kind of want both lands. Which is weird. I think that's okay. I'll leave, we'll go on top. The Secret Keeper actually stay where it is. Feels weird. Okay, I'll put it in the graveyard. Draw step. Main. Go ahead and attack both of these. Maybe they don't have the Fatal Push, they'll be forced to block. Maybe they're leaving this up to get a loot in. But either way, we want to attack. We know that our next 2 turns are going to be Creeping Chilly, Creeping Chilly. I'm just slight concern. Okay, they're not anywhere close to Croxer, which is, you know, decent. We go tapped. So the Creeping Chill is going to bring back 2 Silver Ghouls and then also a Prized Amalgam after that. I mean, that should be enough to close this out. Some of the Phage Can creatures and all graders is also kind of sweet. But hey, they're currently in the abyss, as it were. Ooh, bold attack. But I guess not that bold. Even though we don't have removal here. We'll force the jump block out. The nice thing about how this works is the Silver Ghouls will come back on Iron Step. If by the miracle they have a Wrath effect, the Prized Amalgam will come back on their own step. Okay. That'll do it, that'll do it. Alright, we're 1 and 2. Okay. Jeez. No enablers. I guess Soul's Lost is kind of an enabler, but we're gonna mulligan this. We are on the play though. This is a wild hand, but we're gonna keep it. We've got 4 enablers. But it's not gonna be on the bottom. This is a hey, can we draw a land, please? Oh, we also hit the nuts. Alright, well, let's get so we get to keep going 1 lander. But yeah, Narcomoeba into Prized Amalgam. That's a Temple Melody. I feel pretty good about it. And we hit the second. And so currently it's a 2-2, which is not that exciting. Let's actually I like Suppplier first. Get your larger mill effect second. I was gonna say, if that had Creeping Chill, that'd be super obnoxious, but that's fine. We'll take it. Looks to be like green black midrange. Yeah. Alright. I mean, it might still be a bit of a grind. Let's attack for 2. We still don't have a land here. We're gonna Souls, we'll sacrifice a permanent, sacrificing Supplier. Having another great way to get the trigger here is great. Oh, if we hit Creeping Chill though. Alright, we're now at 13-14. They almost certainly have a removal spell. But hey, what if they don't? Another Templar Marley. They do not. Okay. Well. Alright. We are 2 and 2. We managed to level it up. I'm going to try and do sets of 5. So this will be the last game, I think. Opponents on the play. We have 2 enablers, 1 land, and a double Souls of the Lost. It's interesting. On the draw, it's tempting to keep. I feel like I should mulligan. With these two already in hand, I think we should mulligan this. This looks worse. Significantly. Again, okay, we're gonna go down to 5. I'm gonna keep this. So I'm not gonna keep on the bottom, and one of the souls on the bottom, but this is actually super solid. White. I'm gonna leave on Watery Grave. I think I go Stitcher Supplier because we get the turn 2 Soul of the Lost draw, which versus Cave the Frost Dragon I feel not too bad about. Possible they're on like green white or something else with a little interaction, or even something like Angels where they maybe have a couple of pieces. I'm not filled with tons of faith here, but I think we're good to go for stuff. I'll put some black. Let's go in for 1. This is coming down at a 4/4 at minimum. Okay, we didn't hit anything huge off of it, but it is a 7/8 on turn 2. Yeah, we got our timer move. We've done it. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is my fault because I should have stopped there. Oh dear. The upkeep stop is important. We can melt ink, can't we? Or we can cast. Cool. Let's see if they block. They're on 19. I think casting this is better than Silver Moat Goulding. Let's put these in the bin. This Art of War is actually maybe good. We'll get the other flyers coming with 9. Alright, do they have a collector company? Do they have a reconstruction or some other way to gain a bunch of life? There is over on farmland, there is a collector company. What do they hit? They hit Skyclave Apparition. It doesn't deal with it, but Bishop of Wings Valkyrie is a great way to just get out of whatever we've just done. I think they kind of need to block. Let's keep 2 of these effects, which is just a nightmare. Well, I talked about how much I hate Angels. If I have. Yeah. Yeah, you can just take the damage. Oh dear. Alright, what do we have in graveyard? We have 1 ghoul. This is better than us just casting some Moat Ghoul from hand. Like, minor, just like, very slightly. They have to have so much nothing in it. They miss. I need you to miss. No, not another bishop. Oh. It could be worse. Alright, we do. It could be worse. We do an Arkham either. I actually do want to cycle to draw a card. The Narcream is to be better off in our graveyard at the minute. It's funny. Okay, the bonus card's doing some work. Supplier. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, If they start casting creatures in their hand instead of relying on hitting good things with Collector Company, we might be in more trouble. This is a gain 16 though, right? Yeah, I think it's a power up. We're just dead on board. Never mind. We're not dead on board anymore. We were though. They tapped the speaker. What am I talking about? It's just rude, that's all. Alright, let's go to post game. Alright, here with the post game. Deck pretty solid. We actually went 2 and 3, which is, you know, disappointing, but some of those, like, our deck wasn't really behaving that well, which, hey, that's gonna happen, but I think we can expect to do a little bit better than that. We're really, really good against fair stuff. Angels in particular is a very hard matchup, and we did multi-5 there. Is fair. As far as the cards go, Souls of the Lost has been awesome. The both being able to, like, discard outlet if you're Prized Amalgam Silvermoon Ghoul, and then also be an 8 and 8 because Stitcher Supply is fantastic. Really, really impressed. We didn't really see Cross Phage that much, which is unfortunate. We also really didn't see these Jaces, which is fair play. I think Jace is solid. There's some other like slots here. I talked about Sovereign Spite before, but there are like some flex slots. You could also just play Haunted Dead. That is fine. But I've kind of gone off it because I don't feel like you need it as much now you've Soul Lost. There's some other interesting options as well in terms of like mill cards. Let me know what you think. Overall, I think this is really, really solid. If you're looking for sideboard cards, what I tend to go with is some ley lines for the matchups like Greasefang or other graveyard decks, and then some combination of Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce to deal with opposing graveyard hate. That's about where it is. If they're playing something like mono, potentially you maybe want some creature removal. Things like Fatal Push don't go too amiss as well. But there are some like fairly solid options. The real thing is that you're trying to do in best of 3, if you set the deck there, is like you're very likely to win game 1, but games 2 and 3 can be pretty tough. You just want to basically adapt to whatever hate cards your opponent's going to be playing, whether that be things like Thalia, things like Rest in Peace, other graveyard hate and shenanigans. And so hey, that's why this Otawara becomes extra important as well. If you're interested in that as well, I have some other best of 3 videos of Dredge on the channel with a bunch of different variants. If you're interested in different like sideboard pieces or other variants, like there's like you can play Bug, you can play, yeah, there's some awesome stuff going on. Yeah, this is where I am on my current list. Again, these Jaces are a bit of a flex slot, but I think everything else is pretty solid. 18 land seems to be the right number. You could play Takanuma here, but it basically never gets activated. The Otawara is like a bit of a stretch in itself, but I think it's just more valuable. And yeah, hey. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it around. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, loads more stuff coming out with Lost Caverns and loads more decks. But I thought I'd start with Dredge because it's just a favourite of mine. Right, peace out.